clown on the island. I'll bring your friends so y'all.
In the building. He's gonna put us in a groove, get us in our feelings for a minute, and then we're gonna dig into Mr. Justin Aries. Yes, his second name to his stage name is Aries. If you're into zodiacs, you into zodiacs heavy?
Yeah. Oh,
clearly
yeah,
you gotta be because see your name.
We'll discuss. We'll discuss it.
Oh wow. Okay. All right, fine. Okay. So actually on the app, if you're listening, you can log on and give us a call through the app. You can watch us on YouTube. We're on TGN Talk. You can give us a phone call. The app. So tell your friends, download the app really quick. The Good News Radio Network app. It is completely free. We are on the Vibes station, Good Vibes and R&B. About to get it going. Okay, so then we'll just start off with some truth.
I don't like what you said.
So today, actually, all since we're at the end of June, right? A lot of stuff has come out in regards to politics, of course, but we're not gonna touch on that because
you don't think you're blacklisted right
now.
It's
a whole lot.
Yikes!
It's a whole lot. Right. Okay. So before we got on air, y'all, we were talking about R. Kelly a little bit. And the DJ Devious had proposed a question.
As an artist, are you still no R. Kelly?
Listen, you can't deny R. Kelly's genius, but I'm a father too, so I'm not for none of that.
But how do we do the two? Do you go to church?
Yes, I do. I'm a religious family. My dad's a minister. My brother's a minister. My mom's a minister.
Dig it. I'm a PK as well.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. We know that down the line, we're not going to talk about our own. Okay. Let's just talk about down the line. Let's go under the actual head pastor. How many preachers do you know? Okay, we're not going to do that. Right. So all I'm saying is, listen, that's all I'm saying is the word is the word, right? The word is the word.
Listen.
Okay. So I'm just trying to figure out how
preach today. Preach.
Because listen, all I'm saying is how do we condemn someone for something, and we're not condemning everybody.
So here's like
Oh.
in my situation, just my that's what I'm
I
not
got you.
biased at all.
Okay.
I'm a person. If you ask anybody, if you wrong, you wrong, and I have no problem
Facts.
saying it. Whether you friend, family, no, it has to be said because it's supposed to be the village that raises the children.
Listen.
But if somebody in the
Yeah, they were bringing
and that's because the money
I was
ran
going to
out.
say, what does it say? If we're going to preach for a second, we got to preach for a second. The love for money is the
the
root of all
root,
evil.
the root.
The root.
You hear me?
And they
so
were doing it
then
for
we
the money.
believe that the
Yeah, because
exchange
I believe-
their own child,
but
children
yes,
There's
to
more.
R.
think about
Kelly for money.
if there wasn't anyone bringing children,
Come
how
on,
would
somebody.
he get the children? We got to blame both sides. I'm just saying it's an equal. Y'all his sickness.
Responsibility.
Y'all
Let's
fix
look at this. Let's look at this. They said how many women were held captive.
Oh,
No.
So here's my question.
They were held
They were
captive.
No,
spread
that's my
out.
question. If they were held captive, and you as a parent, you let somebody hold CJ for longer than 30 minutes, you did let no family member. We have
Not even words, just like there's some cases where towns have saved kids. Significant towns,
Yeah.
like them as a people going. So we're not going to sit here and act like there aren't people at fault. I feel like, just me personally, that the parents should be indicted too. That's all I'm saying.
And I feel
Because you sold your kids.
listen, I agree with that. And if you're not going to get the parents, then give me this music from R. Kelly.
You want it straight from the jail cell?
Listen, Shine did it. You remember that?
Shine
Remember that?
did
Remember
do
that
it.
remix?
Correct. But
Bobby
you know,
Shmurda
did
did
you
it.
see that video?
Before, but I really
think it was
we said about the original video. Okay, never mind.
Whoa. This man went left.
Sorry.
Listen, all I'm saying is so kid to argue, especially if you payment.
Fact.
You're not gonna sit here and act like y'all ain't take the money.
You don't get no refund.
That wasn't taxable.
Thing situated.
Yeah.
Do we compare that to our ancestors who and because
Our
of the
ancestors, as in when they were enslaved,
no
or
man.
like when they
I'm
were
talking
totally
about
different
my-
ages,
I'm-
like
no,
I'm talking about my
our
great
roots. Our roots go
Listen.
back where they weren't the same
Young.
age.
How about let's go
and
in this relationship. My grandmother is only 14 years. And so right relationship.
you see that?
I mean, real trap cars. You feel me?
Like,
They in they in Crown Vics and they in box cars.
like the
we not
Yukon
going.
trucks, and they
Listen.
extra loud on Crenshaw.
You knew what they was
and-
doing. You knew
No,
what they was doing.
yeah. I did. I knew of girls. I didn't have home girls who had older men.
So
though.
we're just saying that from the 5-generation picture we talked about to your homegirls down the block, this is still something that happened, and it wasn't a problem until it became a problem. But what is the problem? Is the problem the people, or is the problem the money or the lack of that's being given?
I believe it's both sides. I always look at everything like it's both sides. Like every action has a reaction, but what caused the action in the first place? That's just how I look at
I feel
everything.
that, but that's my question. It's like the first action though is our ancestors where it was okay.
They believed in as soon as that first period happens, you're
a
mature
woman
enough to have a child. You're a woman. That's what they believed back then because they believe in the animalistic way of things. Pit bulls and other animals don't wait until they're 4 years old to have babies. As soon as the first one. But we grew up from that because we are humans. We have this ego to us to where as now, we're better than the rest of the animals.
Okay.
That's just what it is now, which to me, I'm okay with because you come knocking at my door. My daughter's 14. Oh, I'm wearing a shirt that says whatever you do, my daughter, I do to you.
So here's my question though. At the end of the day, why is it such a harsh thing? And don't get me wrong, I'm not condoning anything that Kels did. My question is, why now are we as a people, and I say we as a people, I mean us.
Yeah.
We have went from I believe I can fly in church, graduations. No.
They're still
I'm saying
singing this song
I sung this at my graduation, bro. I remember that.
Right.
Aaliyah's album cover and he's in the background all silhouetted, bro. And then hearing the story about Aaliyah and R. Kelly, it messes me up.
So you hear a story, but do you know the truth?
That's the thing, though. That's why it messes me up.
But that's what I mean.
Know both sides.
That's what I mean by our people. We become so harsh and so judgmental behind things that have happened.
Yeah.
But we don't want to talk about the uncles that keep coming to the family reunions. Okay, so what I'm saying is,
as soon as people want to be real, listen, I'm looking at. As soon as people want to be real, we can get back to real life because right now we live in this facade where everybody just we're judgmental, butthurt,
right
about everything going on that people aren't looking at the reality of things.
So tying this in, this is what makes me so mad because when we start talking about feels of music, you're taking my the OG of feels.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Last night at Taco Tuesday, shout out to the Melody Bar. Last night I played, what was that? Public Announcement, R. Kelly and Public Announcement. And they go, hey, Mr. DJ. And everybody in the entire bar was like, hey, Mr. DJ. And I'm like, yeah, I just stopped it. And I said, see what y'all just did? Because about 50% of y'all talk bad about Kels. Don't get me wrong. What he did, I'm not condoning, but this music, these feels that we have, because I heard you got toxicity in you, but we gonna get to that. We gonna get to that.
Definitely finna touch on that. Absolutely.
I just feel like y'all are coming for me.
No.
And you know what?
I am this new generation. I am hurt.
Over and I was listening to my music. I'm like, toxicity.
Listen, toxicity has always made music. It has always made music.
But that's what I was getting at. It's almost in a little bit of everything.
Listen, dude,
including your life.
Name an artist who was not toxic. Name an artist who wasn't toxic.
I tried to avoid.
I was referring to us all.
Men, but you know.
Well, listen, how can you do that?
We're not going to talk about that.
Because
we only have an hour.
We're all friends here.
We only have an hour and a half here today, people.
Don't do me like that.
The long conversations we have, Lord.
Don't do me like that.
Oh, Jesus. So here's my question. Let me ask you a question, Jazz.
Okay.
As far as toxic music is concerned, are we only referring to the toxic music that downplays men from your angle? Or are we referring to this toxic music that we get from Summer Walker? Or because I mean, you are fourth baby mama.
Garrett.
I'm just saying.
Can I say something about Summer Walker real quick?
Is it no fourth? But you got two babies now. She got two babies.
No, but here's the thing though. What she does is really not that toxic though. She's just being honest with her truth. This is why I say toxic like. It's not super toxic. It's just she's being honest. You can even go back to K Michelle. She had a whole song written about Idris Elba. I love him, baby. I should call. Talking about his whole relationship.
But she's toxic by herself. Let's not even go into K.
Listen, I'm just saying. But We have
Michelle,
even Michael Jackson. Billie Jean was toxic.
Idris Elba for a long.
I thought she said "suck on," and I was like, "This is not that show."
She spoke about that later on. Michelle definitely spoke about that in the interview before.
Okay, listen.
Facts.
No. She was stuck on him for a long time.
So my question is, are we
Summer
good?
Walker? No, because it goes both ways. Because
Right.
men talk about women.
We've been toxic forever. Icebox, that's toxic.
Yeah.
But is that toxic or a response?
I feel like that is a response to
some toxic actions.
Yeah.
But like, in order for toxic actions to happen, you have to. It's two sides.
There is, but there's still a majority.
It's both sides. Listen, I write some toxic shit. I know she's gonna ask me later, Justin, what's the most toxic thing you've done? I write songs about the people I'm with and people my exes. I don't care.
No, listen. So I played him that video that you have posted on Instagram. By the way, his Instagram is OMG Justin Aries, just like it's spelled.
I'm simple.
You were talking about your exes.
Oh, getting hit by a bus? Oh,
listen.
I was having a day. Cause exes be hitting you up.
I think I saw it at like midnight on Monday or something. And I'm like, what is going on a Monday night?
Story behind that. I had got hoe checked. I don't know if you guys know what hoe checking is. All right.
What is
Please
that?
explain. Please explain.
Hoe checking is this, right? Some guys know this, some guys don't know this, some girls know what it is. All right.
Okay.
So if someone ever hits you with, like, let's say I'm texting you and I say Jazz. You respond back, yes. And the person who's hoe checking, oh, I still got her. A woman taught me that, and I was like, wait, that's a hoe check.
So how? Let me ask you a question. How old are you?
Me all the time.
I'm 32.
You're 32. Okay, that's that. In our, damn, I get to say that. But in our language, that is it's called temperature check.
Yeah, that's what I know it as.
So,
I don't know it as hoe check.
Hoe check. See, that's toxic. That's toxic.
Oh, women, listen.
Definitely, because I've never heard of hoe. I've always heard of temperature check.
I'm around women because I prefer to be around women. I was raised by women. Mm-hmm. So they're usually ones teaching me game. So when a woman says that's hoe check, she called it a hoe check.
She told me straight up, I'm hoe checking you.
Listen, because I hit her like blah blah blah. I'm not gonna say her name. Blah blah blah. And she said, "Don't hoe check me." I was like, "What the
I get it in that fashion, but it can be called a hoe check in that fashion. But I mean, I'm same as you. I don't really deal in the spectrum of a lot of males. Jazz will tell you I have a plethora of female friends. I'm a safe haven per se.
Oh yeah, same way. I prefer working with women. I prefer protecting women.
It works.
That's how I was raised.
But it is called a temperature check because I need to see if I still got action. Now whether I use it or not, that's a different statement.
You gotta know your superpowers, all right? That's all I'm saying.
Facts.
You gotta know your superpowers.
Facts. All it takes is an Instagram post sometimes. Check my Instagram today.
The real DJ DVS.
Okay. Yes. I try to stay off of doing that online because people be acting wild. I used to be crazy active on Instagram and Facebook where my whole life was on there, and I got sick of it because people were knowing everything, and I was like, I don't like this.
No. See, that's the key.
And then popping up where you at.
Oh no! See, I never had that issue.
Hey, what's up? I've
had
that happen a couple times.
See, the difference between women and men. Men pop up because
what?
Y'all don't be knowing y'all power, right? This is why I be preaching all the way. And we've had this conversation. Y'all don't be knowing y'all power, and y'all be we're simple creatures. We can't multitask.
Are you really?
We're some of them. Some of us.
Some of us are simple creatures.
I guess I get all the difficult ones.
Choices. Go ahead.
Oh, wait a minute. We're going to get into that too.
He hit it before I said it. I was going to say, you choose the people you deal with.
Listen.
If the person you messing with is crazy, you chose that. You chose to ignore all the red flags, all the issues going on.
I'm glad I'm having this conversation with two men right now because this question always comes up for me. It's always, you chose this man. You chose this person.
Right.
But they appeared what's the word for
representative.
They chose to be their representative.
You chose to ignore red
what?
Lights, red flags.
Listen. How long we been friends? Like since I moved to LA, basically. Like, so I was like 4 years. It was after church, whatever. How many women have you seen me around? How many conversations have we had about the women I talked to? How many of them have been short term? How many of them have long term? You have to know when what's that old country song?
You gotta know when to hold them.
How did he knew where I was going? Because as men, we had to learn this growing because we don't get that. Like, especially if you're not taught by other men, you have to learn it from women. It's just how it is. That's why I'm around women all the time. Y'all teach me more than men teach me because I know right from wrong, so I know how to be a man. But do I know how to all the time talk to women? No. Do I know all the time to please women? No, because everyone is different. It's a complicated thing because we're not women. So you have to learn on the go basic anyway. We know our powers.
I'll give you something. My mother used to tell me all the time. She said, a woman will tell you everything you need to know if you shut up and listen. Yep. Now, what you say after she tells you is your right. You see what I'm saying?
Action versus reaction. She told you what she wanted.
What do I tell you all the time? Be proactive, not reactive. There's a difference.
Yes,
There's definitely a difference. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm being reactive to what you're saying instead of being proactive and listening to what you're saying, then we already got a problem out the gate. Now we already toxic. We might as well just go on and play Drake and have sex.
Listen. I don't see anything wrong with that statement.
Drake is the toxic go-to. Him and Chris.
Listen, but here's the thing: Drake is that weird mix of toxic and simp because he does both.
At the same time,
he gonna talk shit about the dudes you with, but then lay you down in the bed.
I'm gonna be honest.
Crazy.
It's really the simp that is false.
Yes.
Drake is a mental beast. I don't care what anybody says.
No.
They be like, oh, you got bodied by a singer. He is going to say and do what he needs
so
to.
Simple with it.
But that's
he listens.
But that's the simp part of it. The only reason we call them simps, because people call me simp. Like,
call me what you want.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone, guys that are simps are just playing to what they know women like. So Drake, I had to. So people don't. I'm a theater manager, whatever. A manager at AMC. I'm a manager at AMC, whatever. I had a cook who was asking me questions like, "Yo, who's the king of simps?" And I'm like, "Drake, how?" I just give him lyrics, and he's like, "You know what? You're right." I'm like, because I can give you lyrics. Drake has a whole song where he's doing his. Oh, this is the hardest Drake verse ever. What is he talking about in the verse? Women.
Yeah, facts.
Marvin's Room is at the week before women knew about it.
Oh yeah, we was
saying Drake and driving.
Yeah,
Drake and driving.
That's exactly what it was.
Drake and driving. You end up at your ex's house.
I'm about to say, leaving the club. Drake and driving. You done made 4 text messages and somebody responded.
Marvin's Room. That's all I gotta say.
That drunk text or that drunk phone call.
But he just gives away the game. That's all it is. Because the ones who know their powers know that simping is a power. If you don't know how to simp, that's not our fault. It's not our fault.
That's a tough line.
So let me ask y'all a question.
It's a real tough line.
What is?
It's only gonna get worse from here. It's only gonna go downhill from here.
Give me a moment where toxic helped you.
Oh, toxic has saved me from some relationships. Oh Lord, it saved me. Just realizing that it's toxic. Like if you don't know what toxic is, like it's because you're still blinded by it. You're still in there. You're not going to say anything's toxic when you're still blinded by whatever the hell is going on.
You know what I have bad?
What? Circling back.
Don't reference my song.
We'll be listening to it shortly.
Circling back. Okay. What's the issue with circling back?
It's a win and a loss in circling back.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Right. And see. Okay.
But that song I was definitely in a toxic state afterwards when I wrote that. Because what people don't know is that song is from 3 different perspectives and no one realizes it. It's 3 different perspectives of that song and people don't realize it.
Break it down after.
Oh, we're gonna break it down
in a little bit.
So you're gonna be like, what the
break it down? But circling back. For me, like knowing that, like you said, somebody is toxic for me.
But don't you want to poison sometimes?
I know that when I'm around them, they ain't gotta do nothing. But when I'm around them, I'm like, oh my God, like I'm hanging out with this guy and I like him, but I know that he ain't shit. He may never be shit.
Is it?
But it's because it's the fact that person is there.
It's not even that, right? It's not, because this is why I be telling the people I'm around, because I'm always venting.
Go ahead, because I got
it's
something.
not the fact that you're around that person. It's just you love those endorphins coming out. Because the same endorphin that's for love is the same endorphin for drugs. It's the same exact thing for addiction.
Wow.
I got a devil's advocate for you both.
Uh-oh.
Sometimes it's just your ass is scared of being lonely.
Facts.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay.
Yeah.
See,
Abandonment syndrome.
we run away from that often when it comes to that. And that's usually why we circle back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a problem being by myself.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay because I can go to sleep. Listen, I talk to myself because there's no one to talk to. And even if it is someone to talk to, I may not want to. You understand? At the end of the day, I think a lot of times we have to focus on self and see what the problem is. We point the finger at other people because we keep circling back. Mm-hmm. The door's going to always be open.
True.
It's up to you to walk into it. Now, if you walk into it, you know what you're getting in that room.
Okay, I'm a stop you right there. So we about to go to break. But, sometimes that person is the person that always circles back. Fucks me up.
It's your door. It's your door. We'll be back. Chase, Sweet Spot.
Hosted by Hub City Dre, DJ Gamma Ray, and the First Sundays Band. They're inviting all singers, rappers, comedians, and poets to show up and show out. Sign-ups begin at 6 p.m. Sunday's open mic will take place every first Sunday of the month. It's just $10 before 8 p.m. and $20 after, so arrive early. The address is 1135 East Compton Boulevard. That's 1135 East Compton Boulevard in Compton, California. For more information, follow them on IG at First Sundays Open Mic.
What's up? It's Brandon from the Primos Chilos radio show. Are you tired of filthy, lowbrow, scummy entertainment? Well, I don't have the solution for you. Check out the Primos Chilos radio show, live Thursdays at 12 on TGN Latinx.
Sundays just got sweeter. The Hub Radio presents First Sundays Open Mic, hosted by Hub City Dre, DJ Gamma Ray, and the First Sundays Band. They're inviting all singers, rappers, comedians, and poets to show up and show out. Sign-ups begin at 6 p.m. Sunday's Open Mic will take place every first Sunday of the month. It's just $10 before 8 p.m. and $20 after, so arrive early. The address is 1135 East Compton Boulevard. That's 1135 East Compton Boulevard in Compton, California. For more information, follow them on IG at First Sundays Open Mic.
It's Keith Good News here, telling and reminding y'all to make sure you listen to Top of the Morning every Monday and Wednesday to get your morning started off right. 9 a.m. on TGN Talk. Don't miss it. Don't be late. It's for the above average only.
Hey, Jackie, what's wrong?
I'm over here running around trying to tell everybody about the Podcast Pit.
What's the Podcast Pit?
I'm glad you asked. The Podcast Pit is an event where you will find some of your favorite podcasts performing in front of a live audience.
Will there be food and drinks there?
Of course there will be. It's at Joxer Dailies in Culver City. They have a full bar and a full menu.
Hey, I may need to tell people about this as well.
Yes, come with me. Let's tell them. The Podcast Pit is coming. The Podcast Pit is coming.
Yes, sir. Y'all know who it is. Bruce Courtside here, 1/5 of Courtside Radio. And you know what happens every Monday and Thursday. Make sure you tap in with us live here on the Good News Radio app. Enjoy the rest of your show, folks. We love y'all.
Find it on TGN Sports.
What's up? It's your girl, Kirsten and Moni. And we are Never Not Extra. Be sure to check us out every Tuesday live at 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Only on the Good News Radio app. And if you didn't know, now you know.
Are you single and ready to mingle? Well, you may not be, but now here's your chance to purchase an all-new 30-day journal, Single and Not Quite Ready to Mingle. A 30-day journal to make the most of your single season. It's by me, Chanel, co-host of Brunch with Besties show. You can purchase your journal right now on Amazon by typing in Single and Not Quite Ready to Mingle. Now is the time.
Welcome back to the Sweet Spot on the Good News Network. It's brand new station, vibes, good vibes in R&B. We vibing, right, guys? It's been a great conversation so far.
I got a question. What are you gonna tell somebody when they say, "Why is it called the Sweet Spot"?
Because I'm sweet, and everywhere I go, it's a sweet spot. Bring wherever I go.
You got action.
Absolutely.
So we were talking about toxic circlebacks.
Yes. And I had ended with sometimes you can, for me, as an example, I can stop talking to a guy completely and then they'll pop up out of nowhere. So what I would call that is a boomerang and not necessarily
complete circleback.
But before I started using circleback, I would always use boomerang first. Yeah, but that's definitely a circleback. Boomerang is not a. I wouldn't say it's a boomerang. I would definitely say it's a circleback, like because you. Well, for the guys that I've dealt, it's been multiple times. It hasn't been like,
but like a boomerang doesn't hit nothing. You throw it, it don't hit nothing. A boomerang is just like boring. It doesn't hit nothing. A circle back means you hit the corner 3 times and went around the block. I'ma slide back. Jazz, you up? I'm gonna hit you at 10:30 after booty call hours. Oh, you up?
No. Hey, I've gotten to the point now where I don't I don't respond. Even if I see it, I won't respond till the morning.
I leave it on red.
No, I don't even want to leave it on red. I want you to know that I got it and I'm not responding.
But that's me. I leave it on red.
Well, I'm responding, but I'm not responding with the. No, I don't leave on red. I leave it. I respond with the I was asleep. But then I'll also tell them like, hey, even if I wasn't. Like you're not gonna get what it is that you temperature checking for.
What if it's someone that you wanted?
Then she would have been there already.
Listen, yeah. If it's somebody you wanted, there's no circle back. You already there.
You're already in the spectrum.
There's communication.
Facts. Even if you're curious about them.
What are you curious about these days?
Not necessarily like already in your bed.
Here's the thing. If I'm curious at this age, it's so funny because women have become the men and men have become the women. So at this age, at this age, if you trying to hit me, if you hitting me late, that means you only trying to cut, and I'm not trying to cut. So then my question to you is, what we doing that late?
Facts. Because I listen, go hit me late. I always be like, yo, I'm not a piece of meat. Did you know I could paint? That's my favorite line. Like, did you know I could paint?
So
did you know I could read?
You have other things.
Yeah, I
love to
like, you're not going to hit me up at, listen, do not hit, anybody watching, because some of y'all be trifling. I know people going to watch this on a sneak and a slide. Do not hit me up past booty call hour because I'm not responding to you. Y'all be disrespectful. Half the time I'm at work, or I'm at the studio, or I'm at home with my son. So leave me alone. I'm not a piece of meat. I got a couple that consistently will hit me. I'll be like, yo, can you leave me alone? Like, because y'all some dogs nowadays. Some of y'all women are dogs nowadays.
Facts.
I have feelings.
We're dogs.
Facts. Women are dogs. Women are dogs these days.
Some of y'all are. Now I'm gonna say all of y'all. Right. Some of y'all listen to way too much
Future.
Too much Future, too much Brent Fires, too much y'all be on Hoodville way too much.
Stay away from Brent. Because Brent can get real toxic real fast.
That's the real king of toxic because he be saying some crazy shit. Yeah. Crazy stuff. Drake's just slide with it. Drake's like, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, but I was being honest. Brent be like, man, fuck that, bro.
And you and her. Where your homegirl at?
No, tell your girlfriend I like her, bring her too. Just both of y'all come through and y'all can leave after. That's the type of shit Brent does. So
now, fellas, now for fellas, we are now the ones that don't make moves too fast because your homegirl may be anyway.
Where is the lie though? You listen. I've been in situations where it's like, damn, I should have waited because she way more fire than you.
And it might not even be the looks because see, that's the problem that we have.
Feeling the same way. Though.
We go for the looks and then we be like, you had nothing.
We'll play with it though. We'll be like, all right. But on the low,
women are scandalous. I personally listen. I'm not even going to
talk about it.
Listen,
you already started it.
Some people ain't shit. Some people ain't shit.
I need all my jobs right now.
I will be next to the homie and be like, your ex ain't shit. She wasn't shit the whole time. No. Because he still got feelings for my look, bro. And have to show receipts and be like, look, bro.
I got a real funny story about
exes.
Nah.
Receipts.
Men not being shit. Bros. The bros not being shit.
Oh, no.
So I recently,
that's not a bro.
I got a phone call from a friend of mine. And he was like, oh, you talking to so-and-so? And I was like, oh, we hung out. We're friends, whatever. He's like, oh, because I said, how did you find out? He said, whoop-de-whoop said. I said, really? Really?
Listen.
We're bringing up my name out of nowhere? Seriously?
Listen, right?
And then 2 days ago, I'm working on my stuff because y'all know I go to the lounge every now and then. I just go and work, right? So I'm there by myself and I'm on the computer. I'm minding my own black business, okay? And that same person that said something to that guy came up to me and tried to get at me.
Listen.
What you thought?
Listen.
What is the point of bringing me up to someone else.
Because
temperature checks, ma'am, they don't just go.
Listen, you know what, women, you know what y'all don't get right, and there's this is Andrew Tate, right? We're gonna talk about Andrew Tate for a second. He be on these. He's people view him as super toxic now that we don't have Kevin Samuels. Gotcha. Now he's the new super toxic guy. His name is Andrew Tate.
Yeah, Tate.
Ex-fighter. He be saying some valid points though. Men are territorial. That's why the name will be brought up. Like that's why even in my song I say that.
Temperature checks.
It's just
okay. So now we need a song called Temperature Check. You own it.
I can't tell you what's in the vault.
It's gonna be temperature check, aka hoe check.
Listen, I went to my homie's Get Back. He does a little session, John. I'm not going to reveal all of it because I'm a snitch on myself. He does a little. So the whole night, listen. So I'm there, being me, dressing good for myself, smelling good for myself, being me. You know, after a break.
I gotta ask you this question because I break women down with this one all the time. So you said I'm there for myself.
No, I was there for the homie.
Okay, so you said I'm smelling good for myself.
Yeah,
and I'm looking good for myself. So let me ask you this question.
To stunt.
Oh, okay, because there it is. You already. That's really because women be like, I got dressed for me. We can cuss on this, right? I got dressed for me. I did this for me. You are not fucking you. At least not as much as you know what I'm saying. You would want somebody else to. So. This presentation that you're presenting is not just for you. Don't be confused about
that. Don't stop being confused.
You can see the question marks.
Yeah, I saw the bubbles pop. Anyway, yeah, but
I'll ask you the question after he said
you gotta dress good for you. Sometimes you gotta go out and stunt. Like people, my little brother said it before. He's like, nah, I gotta go hit the gym and flex on my ex real quick. It's just a thing. You it's a mentality. You always need somebody to push you to be better because you got doubters.
Even if it's ex.
But
so what? That's the best motivation.
But how do we make that about us? Because that's not. I don't go to the gym. I hate the gym.
It's Drake's fault.
I go to the gym because I want to look good naked, or because I want somebody to look at me and be like, "That nigga." Whether you can have me or not.
See, I don't even go to the gym no more. I be trying to, but I be getting injured too much. I'm too old for this. I'm too brittle for this. Yeah. I don't even go to the gym. I just like wearing nice things and smelling good and getting random colognes that I think smell good. I got a whole circle of guys. We just talk about colognes. Like, yo, what's crazy? The one cologne I got, Chanel Blue. The blue. Cause my homie was like, "Yo, I had it on, and this girl."
Plenty of men.
Listen, my homie.
That's a toxic cologne, by the way.
My homie is a bartender. We work at the same theater, right? He goes. He's talking about it one day with my ex, whatever like that, because we all work together like that. We're all talking about it and stuff like that. And he's like, "No, bro, you got to get this cologne, the Chanel cologne." And then they both tell me a story because she was there with her homie, and her homie was like, "Yo, can I smell your cologne?" He was like, "Yeah." And she grabbed his neck and put her face in his neck. I was like, "Yeah, I need that.
That's because most men don't wear cologne anymore. They have lost the essence.
That's an 80s, 90s thing. They don't
being presentable in more than just a visual fashion.
You do when a guy does walk by and he does smell good. Like,
listen, I'm gonna lead a DJ who's smelling like something.
I got Dior in the car. I got Chanel at home. I'm about to go pick up Baccarat number 7 because they said it smelled crazy. I guarantee you, DJ, he got something in his bag.
In his DJ bag.
Listen, is it Dior Sauvage?
Oh,
I'm about to say, what you got? Listen,
I carry the small joint of the Dior Sauvage.
See,
also carry.
It's different occasions, different areas. You got to have different things on because they smell good, different settings. If you're in a small room, you really can't overdo it with like Sauvage because it's a stronger scent. But if you want you want the women to turn the look, you wear the Chanel.
So, be stay in the bag. This is my Burberry weekend. This is that slap you when I walk by.
All right, see, I got.
But if I'm DJing for a 35 and older crowd, this is just the ones I keep in the bag. Jean-Paul Gaultier. This is the
aim it toward like stand there. You see it?
Get that.
I got
black Jean-Paul
Burberry weekend. I gotta write that one down.
Get that Burberry. Here, matter of fact, here, sniff of.
Oh.
Okay, I see.
Now this is the youngin. That's the slap 'em. That's the oh my. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the one
right
sniff.
There.
Listen. You gotta know what's going on at all. But you gotta look good for you sometimes. All right. So look. So I'm at this place. So I'm looking good for me, feeling good for me. Got my jewelry on. It's cold, so I can pull up my good jackets. I got this black corduroy one with fur. It's the fire, and I'm wearing black slacks and shoes. Oh, yeah, I was in LA. Oh, I was in Burbank. I just snitched on myself where I was and who I was with. Damn, it's crazy. People that know me gonna know.
That, so.
People that know me, shut up. Don't say nothing.
Don't say nothing. In the chat.
So situation happens. Chick walks in, whatever, like that. I'm not trying to get at her, right? She is flirting with me the whole night, but I'm not.
Her eyes and her
not
body.
even not. She was vocal about the stuff she was saying because she started drinking.
Oh, what?
You know me, I'm not a drinker no more. I used to be a heavy drinker.
We're gonna tap back into that too, Marcus.
Listen, y'all be bold on some alcohol.
Real talk.
Listen,
damn alcohol.
I'll tell you the one thing. Listen, here's the one thing she said because we assume like, oh, she want me.
Right.
I thought that until she was like, oh, you don't got a lot of facial hair. I was like, yeah, I can grow facial hair. She's like, I can fix that for you. And I was like, oh, she is bold and italicized
your face.
I was like, whoa, that is bold. But I wasn't trying to get at her. So she goes to the bathroom. And homie was like, yo, are you trying to talk to blah, blah, blah? I'm like, nah, I'm not trying to talk to her. I'm here to support homie. I really don't, whatever. But it was good vibe, so it was what it was, whatever. So situation happens. We link later on down the road, me and her like that. But Bull start throwing salt from a distance. She hits me one like, yo, I heard you got a girl and da-da-da and blah, blah. But see, I'm older, right? So I can put two and two together, right? I was like, who would say that? Bro not going to say that because bro know. Me and bro know. And plus, me and him hadn't been around each other in a while, so he don't know.
Do you really know your
I'm about to say, yeah.
Oh, no.
You be thinking you know.
No.
Really?
I realize I don't know a lot of things I thought I knew.
Listen, if my little brother was here, I predict what people are going to do. Because once you know yourself, you know everybody else. Because you're like, yo, would I do this in a situation? No. But is this person like me or they're not? They're going to do the opposite. It's just predictable. Predictability is not hard. That's why people be, oh, I don't believe in zodiacs. Predictability is not zodiacs. It's just predictability. You're born the same day as someone that's been billions of years. You think you're going to be different. That's the ego of humanity thinking we're different from everybody else. But you'll be like, oh, we have so much in common. So how are you different? Does that make sense? It don't. But we're going to.
No, I get it. I get it.
From so we're having this conversation. She's telling me through text, whatever. She just happens to be tipsy. So I call her like, yo.
Wait, time out. This is the girl that was trying to get at you?
Yeah.
You gave her your phone number?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, this line line. Of course.
And he probably hit.
Yeah, of course.
See, look.
See? Down the line. Of course I did later on. Like, why would I not? Yeah, why would I not? I'm grown. I have needs, okay? Listen, if I'm single, everything's on the table. It's about moments. Okay. I don't believe in time. I believe in moments. Whatever. We're gonna share a moment. It is what it is. Until some shit get fucked up. I tell them I'm an Aries. Keep me in that blind spot as long as possible. Once you show me outside of that, it's over with. Once my perception changes, it's a wrap. I'm gonna be like, damn.
I don't think
all this shit is fucked up.
I don't think women realize how big of a thing that is. Once you do something, especially that a man has cased you on, he's already given you the rundown of, hey, this is this, or this is my life, or this is how I get down, or this is my job, or this is what this is. And once you're good in that spectrum, he'll fuck with you. He's straight. But once you do something outside of that, you guys are looking for more grace than what, I don't even want to say what's deserved, but you've already gotten grace in some aspects because he hasn't said anything. But the things that he said something to you about, if you decide that you go over the lines of that, or you become disrespectful in that, or you become blatantly forgetful about the things that you've already been talked about, now you're outside of those lines.
Triggers, yeah. Because we same thing with women and men.
Listening?
Women and men, we do the same thing. We will tell you what the triggers are. Like me, I will not date an alcoholic anymore. I've done it before. I've been cheated on constantly. I won't do that no more. So for me, if you can't handle your liquor,
alcoholic and a cheater.
Huh?
She was an alcoholic and a cheater.
If you're an alcoholic, if you get down that road, listen.
If you're an alcoholic, you're probably a cheater.
You're probably a cheater.
If you're drinking like
that,
that's
gonna go.
Yeah.
Listen. So like, I got little red flags. If you go outside of that realm, it is what it is. Because once we're in this blind, we're horses with the things on our eyes.
Blinders, baby.
Listen, anything within here, we fine with, because we already give you passes on all these things. We give you passes on these things right here. We're not even going.
How
your
soon are the blinders?
The blinders.
Applied?
The blinders are applied
immediately.
Listen, same way women know. I knew I was gonna marry him in the first second. We know the same thing. Is she wifey material? Could I see myself having kids with her? Is she smart? Is she intelligent? Is she professional? Does she care? Can she talk to me when I'm down and out?
When you're circling back, does that apply as well?
No, that's because that's what
are you just doing it to,
but that goes back to what he said.
Circling back doesn't always mean that it's negative. You have to remember that even your exes, even the people that you were with, still contain the things that you liked. We forget that because people are like, would you ever get back with an ex? For people that automatically go, hell no. But then you ask them, have you grown since that relationship? And they go, yes. My question is, why didn't they? Who said they didn't?
Listen, and here's another thing. So some people break up for stupid reasons, right? Let's talk about this.
Accountability.
Most people, exactly. You listen, I don't break up with people in a scream. We're not going to have a screaming match and break up because I'll never let things get to that point. That's why people will go, oh, you're friends with your exes? Yes, because I'm an adult.
Right.
I understand that, we're going on a path where this is going to happen or this might happen. Which one do you choose? Do you think we should sit here and fight this out and try to communicate and get this together? Or do you want to be like, you know what? I'm going to back up and let's just give this some breathing space. If we get together down the line, okay, cool. But we're still friends. I don't have issues with my baby moms. No issues. Because it's about being civil. It's not about me and my daughter's mom, love her to death, still to this day, still one of my close friends. We can not talk for a year and a half or not talk for a day, and it's the same conversation. Why? Because we were civil. The conversation was, she was like, my insecurities are too high and I don't want to punish you with that. I said, I understand that because we're friends. That's my daughter's mom.
That's big of her to say that to you.
But that's because we were actual friends. There was no vanity involved. It was we actually knew each other.
Right.
She, to this day, if you ask her questions, like, that's not Justin. That's not his character.
What does that sound like?
Listen, you gotta be an adult. Once you're an adult, you're an adult. I'm just saying what it is. That's why I can be friends with my exes. Some people will be like, oh, because do you not see your own fault in what's going on?
Listen, that's it right there. That's it. The one ex that I don't get along with. Well, I can't even say I don't even know if we don't get along. We don't talk at all. It's because I feel like there's an accountability level that was not reached on both ends. There was a lot of finger pointing, but she forgot about these three right here. Just pointing right back at her. So when you don't hold yourself accountable for your actions, there's nothing for you to fix. There's nothing for it to change. Me and my ex-wife, I don't even like calling her my ex-wife. Me and Anna have the most amazing relationships. I am close with her husband as though he's like a brother to me, because we had a solid friendship. We had a solid understanding. We were very understanding that, hey, you can love someone and grow apart. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean something's wrong. That doesn't mean something's wrong with you. It doesn't mean something's wrong with me. It means that this is not the moments and memories that we share. No one can erase them. No one can erase any of them. However, it was not beneficial for our future. We were in two different directions. We went two different ways. But just like he said, even though we talk every day, which I had a woman that I was dating who had a problem with the fact that she asked me, she said, she was like, when you call your son, do you like talk to his mama every day? Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
We're a family now. What are you expecting?
They're not even in the same state.
Not even in the same state.
They're on the opposite coast.
She's in Florida.
Listen, go ahead, be jealous with me. Gone.
Listen, with the wind, she is not here now.
I tell people all the time, I don't do insecurities. You're not going to be insecure with me because I'm around all women. I'm not cutting off my business ties, my friendships because you want to be insecure. You're going to either grow up or go somewhere.
You get Snow Easter right here.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, so since we tapping on that, I got a question. I have a question because I've been in I guess a situation like that. Say you and the guy are talking or dating.
First of all, neither one of us talking to a guy. So I want you to rephrase that.
A woman, okay? And you go to you get curious and you go to her close homeboy's page, right? And you see under
Can I just stop
photos,
you?
I'm looking for shit. Go ahead.
Yeah, basically.
So because you know what the saying is, right?
If you're looking for it, you're gonna find it.
Listen, it could be a simple hello. Why are you looking?
It had a blue heart.
She left hard eyes. Listen, you know old people leave hard eyes on people's pages.
and don't even know what the hell they doing.
Listen, I've had situations where a girl cussed me out for somebody leaving hard eyes on the picture and went to the person's page. It's like, it's all this young girl on there. And I'm like, that's her mom's page. Her mom is going to post her all the time because her mom doesn't post herself. You're yelling about an old lady who loves me, who wishes I was still with her daughter. You're mad at she's putting hard eyes on my picture because she's old and doesn't know how to use emojis. Like my stepmom the other day told me Happy Father's Day.
Okay.
And then sent me the cat heart eye emojis.
Okay.
She doesn't know what that means.
Right.
So I let it slide. But if that was in a group text with 5 people who didn't know that, they're gonna be like, oh, what the fuck is, because y'all be so out of context because your assumptions and insecurities are already looking for something. So you're gonna find whatever it is. That's about time. You can have the password to my phone, but go ahead and look for something. You're gonna find something. And then we're not gonna have a conversation. As soon as you're mad, go. Deuce. I'm grown. All right. I got too much shit going on to be arguing with you about your insecurities. We have to be grown at some point.
Let me ask you a question. With your career, how do you differentiate how you deal with women at work? Performances, whether it's going out meeting, shaking hands and kissing babies.
Listen, that shit is so hard because when you work with somebody enough, you cohabit. So it just happens that way. Cohabiting happens. It's just I'm around you every day or every other week. Like eventually we get to know each other in a super personal way because we work with each other enough, and it just happens. Sometimes for good, sometimes for bad. Sometimes you can't work with the person.
Have you ever had to break it off with maybe someone that you were working with that you were close to?
I'll try to dodge a bullet. Unless you're unprofessional. That's a turn off.
I lost the manager based on that. Yeah, real talk.
Dude.
And it hurt my feelings.
It hurt me too.
An amazing manager.
Because she was great. But I mean,
listen, that's why you gotta dodge that
really
bullet
risk
but even if you dodge it, depending on the kind, and this is not being arrogant, I know that I took a whole year to better myself after I got my heart broke, but I got my heart broke behind my own accountability. You know what I mean? So I took a space in between this time.
I'll circle back
to right, but I never. This is probably maybe the only relationship that I never even partially circled back. Like it was over, and it was like
I'm hurt. I need to go heal.
I didn't even know I needed to go heal. I just needed. I knew I needed to go.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was coming with it, but the development from that allowed me to see things different for myself. There was a point, and I lost it. Right, so we're gonna keep moving.
Okay, no, you got your heart
was.
broken. You got heartbroken, and
the accountability, the time that I waited.
You didn't know that you needed to heal from that.
Right, but I was gonna say something.
But that's when you get to know yourself, though. That's because it happens that's how I started writing R&B. I wasn't doing R&B in the beginning.
Oh, that's what I was saying because I asked you the question. That is when I learned to keep work. That is when I learned to you can ask her. I can DJ the biggest thing
separate,
and it will be just me on the stage.
Yeah, really?
I mean, I've learned to do that, even because I'm older. I observe everything. People tell
Listen, you keep saying I'm older, and
because it comes with.
That's what I'm saying. He's making me feel like these gray hairs.
I'm not saying older. I'm not saying I'm older with age. I'm saying mentally I'm older.
I got you.
Mentally, I am older now than I was before. I'm not looking at things from a night.
Were you wild when you were younger?
Oh. Oof.
You were in the military?
No.
The Navy?
No. I tried to go, got DQ'd. My mom made sure that she wanted me to become my brother. My brother's been in the military for 20 years, but he's a crazy one. Not like in mental sense, but he wild. But I wild out outside of that because I was doing music and I was around people.
The industry, yeah.
Like I'm hometown famous. I can go home and be like, "Yo, Justin Harris," it's cool. So I wild out. Don't get it wrong. When I tell the stories to my exes, oh, what's the wildest thing? They don't want to hear that story. They don't want to hear that story. I had my ex-wife was bisexual, so I had some wild times in my life.
Wow.
That's all I'm gonna say. I had some wild times to the point where I'm fighting people because I didn't know. I didn't pick her. I didn't bring her home. She was there when I got there. That's not my fault, bro. You should check your girl. That's what I be trying.
But I'm not
leaving.
But I'm not leaving.
Yes. What? Right. I live here. She does not.
But did I ask questions? No. I come home from wherever I was, and it just so happened as a party already started. That's not my fault. That's not my fault at all.
Wait.
People be scandalous. That's all I'm saying.
I'm very curious to how that even
happens.
Ended.
Oh, I mean, I've gotten to a beef over it with somebody.
I'm talking about how you guys like separate divorce.
I mean,
or is that a totally?
And did you write a song?
Oh, I wrote multiple songs. I've done multiple things.
Did you send any of them to her?
Oh, she hears my music. My ex, she's a fan of my music.
Does she ever call you and be like, "This is
in the
about
beginning,
me"?
yeah, but I don't speak malice in my music. It's not like, yo, fuck you, jump off a cliff. Back in the day, I had a song called "Wish You Bad" where I was saying I fucking wish you bad relationships. But nowadays, I'm just like, you know what? This is my fault. So I'll write songs from my perspective.
So we're gonna come back to that. We're going to a break. Talk to you guys soon.
Sweet spot.
Yes, but
You got that special event? Best you holler at Wolf Customs. You can get custom mouse pads, custom AirPod cases. I mean, it never ends. Tap in with Wolf Customs. Find them on Instagram @_Wolf Customs_ and get your personal touch today.
You're seriously watching porn by yourself? Oh, wait, that's the wrong script. Oh, that's right. I'm here to talk about the Primos Chidos radio show, live every Thursday at 12 from the TGN Latinx station. Make sure you tune in for some laughs, maybe some crying, and definitely some stupid takes. I'll see you guys there.
What's good? Peace to the people. Danny Crumble, co-founder of the Giants Den from Inglewood, California, but I've been around the world now. A lot of perspective. Can't wait for you to tune in live from the Den Monday night, 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. We're going to have great
Audience. Will there be food and drinks?
And we're back.
Yes, it's the Sweet Spot on the Good News Radio Network on the running station Vibes, Good Vibes and R&B. We've been talking with Justin Aries, with my co-host and amazing and famous DJ Devious.
How you doing?
You like that?
All right now. All right.
You know, I'll be working it out. Okay, so finally we're about to play Justin's latest single called Circle Back.
Yeah.
All right.
Supposed to go click. We got action.
The number you have dialed is not available at present. Please leave your message after the beep.
It's still the same old thing. I can't be seen around the places that we show facing. I just feel awful when somebody brings your name up. Round here you're famous, yeah. I act like ain't she changed. I hide my eyes because it shows up when I can't face it. I just feel awful when somebody brings your name up. My pain's not famous. So I guess I'm wondering if I have your heart still. I guess I'm wondering if you will answer calls still. I always circle back when these girls break my heart still. It always comes back to you. I always circle back for you. It always comes back to you. I always circle back for you. It always comes back to you. I always circle back for you. It always comes back to you. I always circle back for you.
Penny for your thoughts, I just had to learn the harder way. Hate that we apart, but it's better than we parted ways. Feeling that I got like you were the one that got away. Life threw a curve, didn't mean to throw your heart away. Heartbroken and you picking up the pieces. Fell through the seams, now our nights all sleepless. Cotton mouth pretty, it's enough to leave me speechless. I'm a lot to love, and I know it isn't easy. Don't make me wait, love. Know the feelings never fade, and your new fling ain't love. When I call, don't you hang up. See, we kissed and we make up. Got the boomerang love. Pretty face, pretty mind, pretty body. No brains, got me going Ricky Bobby. When you left, I was at a pity party, and I know you can't forget me, cause I'm not just anybody.
You're still the same old things. I can't be seen around the places that we show facing. I just feel awful when somebody brings your name up. Round here you're famous. It always comes back to you. I always circle back for you. It always comes back to you. I always circle back for you. It always comes back to you. I always circle back for you. It always comes back to you. I always circle back for you.
And we
Toxic like, eh?
Listen, it's not that toxic, right? It wasn't that toxic. It was honest. It wasn't toxic, right?
I always feel away when someone brings your name
Listen,
up. You can't go to a place that you both have been to.
Like, have you? But like, so this is what we were talking
it
about
kind of
earlier.
made me feel away, but
this is what we was talking about earlier,
it ain't
right?
that serious.
Where he was talking about the personal and business mixing it, right? It just so happens it wasn't personal and business, but does this person know my friends? Yes. Was I like domesticating myself and embedding everything that was us into my person? Yes, I was. So when it does go sour and your friends start looking at you like, damn, bro, you okay? So do you write shit like this? Like, it's
no, you laughing, but see, women, you guys have a support team. You guys have a support squad. If you break up with your dude, no.
Men,
no,
listen,
we don't. I'm not finna call this man and be like, hey, you been in the bed for 5 days, bro. Get up. We finna go to the mall. We finna go to the club. We finna stud on it. Put on your freakum suit. No.
Yeah, listen, here's my best friend. We've been
Not
best
your
friends.
freakum suit.
Me and my best friend, we've been best friends for 22 years. People that know me know my best friend
Your
Brian.
hoochie daddies. Sorry.
.org.
First of all, y'all hating on them. Y'all be hating on them.
The sky work. Y'all show cleavage all the time. The moment we show a little bulge, now we got
to
issues.
show a little bulge, a little bit of thighs, and y'all acting crazy out here. That's crazy.
Y'all gonna get this bulge in these thighs this year.
It's a hot boy summer, right? Anyway,
City boy.
Look,
City boy.
Me and my best friend, he don't even do that. We've been best friends since we were kids.
Uh-huh.
I've known him since he was 6.
Yeah.
He's 28 now, so 22 years we've known each other. All right, might be 7. I don't remember. It's been that fucking long.
Mm-hmm.
We moved from Pennsylvania, drove across country together, grinded out here, sleeping in the car, Airbnbs, motels, all this. He won't even be like, "Yo, you okay?" He'll just be like, "Yo, you trying to go get some food?" Because you can't be.
He's not gonna ask you what happened with so and so.
The worst thing a man can see another man do is if I go there and ask him a question and he starts crying.
Because you don't know like shit. Unless you. Now here's the thing. What I've learned in my circle, and shout out to my circle, is that we have to learn, not only as black men but just as men in general, that we have to be emotionally there for our partners, because that's why the suicide rate is so high.
Do you know what the suicide rate for people in general? The highest suicide rate is black men.
Yes. My mom used to tell me all the time, you come in this world with a double negative. You're black and you're a black man. At the end of the day, you need that type of support. And you cannot give me exactly what he can, because the experiences that you have had are not the experiences that he has had. Right. But we are so, built to be these manly men, because if you show any sign other than that, then you are being demasculated. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
Which I hate that fucking word, bro.
Facts.
I hate that shit.
Facts.
This just that you're being demasculated. That's the reason why men feel like they can't be emotional.
You can't cry. You can't be emotional. You can't say nothing about this. You can't feel a certain way about this.
Or you got to be better. You got to do this. You got to provide for the house. You got to do this. Shut up.
Which is why men don't heal. That's exactly why men don't heal, because we don't have the space to heal.
And that is why I'm toxic in music, and I write it in my music. Fuck what anybody got to say about it.
If it's
toxic, I'll let it be toxic.
Listen, it's not even about selling. Sometimes it's just about getting it off your chest.
Listen, look, do you realize this? Who writes all the heartbroken women songs?
Men. Look at Neo. Look at Sammy.
Neo, Sean Garrett, Rico Love, Robin Thicke, John Bellion.
What's toxic himself? Stevie J.
Poppin' Oak.
Come on, let me, Stevie.
we can run through the list of everybody writing all the toxic music. Like, it's just what it is, because it's the only way we can get it out.
Right. Yeah. But then even in getting it out, if you don't do the work, if you don't do the work, then you go back into the same state in which you were before. And a lot of people want to know why I'm single currently. I don't want to, who I was after and during, I never want to be that again. And if that means that you feel like I'm passing up a good woman because you feel like you're a good woman, you may be a good woman. You may be an amazing woman, but you may not be the woman for me.
Yep.
I may like you. I may want to deal with you, but you may not be the longevity for me, because there are some things that you don't pay attention to that are big for me.
Facts.
You could be a woman that, go ahead.
It's the toxic thing. Like we were saying earlier, I said off air. Just because I'm toxic for you does not mean I'm toxic for somebody else. Every organism on the planet got its own different weakness. Right. What are we? We're carbon-based life forms. Our weakness is arsenic. And are there some things that exist that
are arsenic?
Need arsenic?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's why we're not meant for that match right there. But we can slide elsewhere and do other things. So like you said, I've been at that point. I can't eat. My chest feels like I've been running 10 fucking marathons. Listen. I can't focus. I'm just thinking about the same thing over and over and over and over.
I didn't know that.
Let me ask you this question.
Really broke down. Like this after
Listen,
something.
When he don't want to shower, he just sitting in the room all day, just staring at shit, or he's on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok, or he's online.
Let me ask this: is it only when the woman?
No, because sometimes we
wipe it quick.
Listen, sometimes we fuck up.
But is it only when the woman has broken up with you?
No. Sometimes we sometimes get to a point where we know we're fucking up and we're destroying what the person's in front of us, and you're taking a selfless position. You're taking a selfish, I've broken up with people because I saw I was destroying them. I saw it and it's like, damn, I'm gonna break this person down to where no one can have this person. Nah, I gotta do this for her and not do it for me.
Why are you doing it in the first place?
Well, no. He said there sometimes gets to a place where you feel like you're doing it and that you realize that you are. And in those spaces, sometimes you have to pull back. A woman may not understand why you're pulling back, even though you know, like, this is not going to be beneficial for you later. I currently in my life have these uncomfortable conversations with people that I don't necessarily want to have, but what I don't want is regret. I don't want you to regret anything in your life based upon me and my decisions that I made prior to you.
It's the scarred heart transfer. That's what I call it.
Absolutely.
It's a scarred heart transfer. I wrote the song way back, never even released it, but it was, I break you, you break the next person, that person breaks the next person. Hurt people. It's just because it is like men, we do this thing. I tell my friends this all the time. Men do this thing where we back up and we start being defensive in our relationship. Once it gets to that point, it's over. Because we're doing what we need to survive. It's a defense mechanism.
You're in survival mode.
We're in survival mode. So there's no coming back from it. We can't, because our mind and our body is acting instinctually now, and we're not thinking about it. We're just like, we're arguing about everything. This is how it is, because we've got to the point where we've tried everything we could, but it wasn't enough for the situation.
So is that that's a sabotage?
Self-sabotage, yeah. Everyone's self-sabotage.
Sometimes it's not necessarily a self-sabotage. Sometimes it's not knowing yourself.
Also, but it also is saving you sometimes. Sometimes that saves you. It saved me from a relationship. It has.
I didn't know what I needed in a relationship until I got my heart broke.
Yep.
I didn't know that I had the ability to know, to present my worth. To say, hey, this is what I come with. This is what I have to offer. And no, I'm not 100% perfect. But guess what I do? I try. I make the effort. And that's, women will say, oh, we just want a man who makes the effort. We just want a man who tries. But then when you get that kind of man, a lot of women don't know how to respond to it.
Facts.
Because you're so used to something not being what, damn being hurt. Absolutely. Damn being hurt. You're so used to not getting what you ask for. You're so used to not getting the presentation of somebody who paid attention to their mama.
And that's why the circle backs exist, though, because circle back is two-sided. That's double-sided.
Facts.
I can't circle back if you don't let me.
Listen, the door. We told you earlier that door is yours, and you said sometimes if a man circles back, you have the ability to let go of that chain, unlock that door, turn that knob, and leave a little crack that says you're welcome here.
Listen, that's why I said in the pre-chorus of the song, I'm wondering if you'll still answer calls still.
Listen.
I'm wondering. I didn't say I'm doing it. I didn't say, yo, I'm hitting you up. Even in the second verse, my homie Rich is on the song. He's speaking facts. Like, you got me feeling like this.
Okay, so listen, because we finna wrap up this topic. I've learned a few things here. I've actually learned a lot from the both of you, and I do appreciate it. And I hope whoever is listening, you guys heard and took some notes, some mental notes to remember yourself. But what's on my heart and what I heard for me personally, I need to sit back and relax and get myself together before I check on a man. All right. So from there, we're going to go into what's on your heart, Justin. It's been a crazy month of June. We're at the end of June. Really quick, I want to go ahead and plug in Sweet Serenade. Sweet Serenade is tomorrow, downtown LA. High Tide, downtown LA. Follow me at Jasmine_Sweets. Follow the DJ at The Real DJ Devious. He will be there. Justin Aries will be headlining tomorrow night. So the tickets are free online. Get you a table. The tables come with, I even have a $50 share table that comes with like 2 drinks or something like that. But June has been crazy. We've had all kind of ridiculous dealings from the Supreme Court. And also just living as an African American in the United States and just supporting each other and being there for one another. But go ahead, Justin. I'm so sorry.
Oh Lord, it has been a tough June.
Mm-hmm.
We've spoke about this off air.
Yeah.
We had to take a couple days off. We had Juneteenth pass.
Yeah.
First Juneteenth.
Right.
For
we
us
all knew.
a federal holiday. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at work that Saturday before, and I get the worst message I've ever thought I've received. Like, just one of I call him my little bro from back home. Just him like, yo, and finding out that my cousin was lynched during Juneteenth weekend. So it's sorry. Still.
I heard that story.
Surreal. Yeah, it's on Shade Room now. We got it on Complex. We're pushing to get Lord. It's just, and to see the police in this situation try to cover it up. They tried. You can't cover that up. Dante was too. He was.
Give us a quick backstory on what exactly the police are saying to.
Okay, they're telling us that this 6'5" black man hung himself an hour away from home. An hour away from home in a predominantly white area. Now, I wouldn't even say it's the suburbs because this is like an hour from the suburbs. That's just the way that they
like. Okay, yeah, that's the way they explained it.
But their report says he was found leaning against the pole with his feet on the ground and shoes still on. That doesn't make sense.
Wallet missing.
I thought the shoes were off.
No, the shoes were not off. The shoes were not off. They also wouldn't let my cousin's family view the body.
Yes.
They wouldn't let them view the body. They just got the autopsy back, I think, like maybe 2-3 days ago. Maybe 2 days. It might have been yesterday for all that, because Shade Room just covered it again. They originally posted it 2 days after it happened, or 3 days after it happened, and then they covered it again. They put up a whole investigative report about it yesterday.
Right.
So the autopsy, is it from the personal autopsy that you guys that the family is?
They're doing. We're getting one. We were raising money to get an actual one.
Okay. Yeah, because they weren't letting them.
But everyone in the area, because Dante's known. Dante was a football player, went to Shippensburg, came back. Everybody knew him because he's big. And if you play football with him, crazy guy. And they're going to tell us. They told us that he committed suicide. Somebody found him at 7:40 in the morning
with 3 kids.
Yes, with 3 kids. Black man, 3 kids. Just converted to Muslim. He's Muslim now. You know. May Allah bless his soul. Hope he gets through the gates.
Yes.
You know, just. It's a crazy story to me because I talked to somebody and they asked me about it. And I was like, is there a possibility he committed suicide? And I was like, no, I can give you story after story after story. Dante was the person who helped other men get through it. Like when I was back home and I was going through in a dark place, I wanted to take my life. It was him popping up out of nowhere, not realizing what the hell is going on. Just me walking down the street. Yo, cuz. I turn around. It's Dante, having a conversation with him. Also a person I grew up idolizing and not knowing we were family until his cousin is at a family reunion with me wearing my grandfather's t-shirt. I'm just like, bro, you're a Garland? Oh, yeah. So I didn't even know we were family, but I always viewed him as family growing up.
Right.
Someone whose mental is one of the strongest mentals I've ever seen. Like some shit Dante did to me, right? I thought it was funny because we're both football players, but he is like the scariest football player I've ever played with. Like I hated running near him. He's 6'5" and he runs like a 4.4. I'm only 5'10", 5'11", and I run a 4.4. So we're just as fast as he's bigger than me.
Okay.
We're playing a street football game. He wasn't even supposed to be there. I thought he was out of town. Okay. He just randomly walks on the field with cleats on. Oh, I'm playing. Put me on the opposite team as my cousin. I'm like, oh man, where the fuck we go with this shit? So I remember I get the ball, I juke, I go up the sideline. Dante gets to me. I look Dante in the eyes. I'm like, I'm not gonna let you hit me. Screw this. I try to stiff arm Dante. Dante grabs my arm and says, "I'm sorry, cousin," and then picks me up and slams us both into the ground. Right. So I'm like, I'm taking off a play, bro. Guys, my body hurts. So I'm sitting there like, yo, Dante, why did you do that to me? And Dante's like, I gotta make sure that everybody else knows that it'll be worse for them because I love you and you're my cousin. And I was like, damn.
Wow.
First situation, we're playing basketball. Somebody shoots a 3. Dante goes up and goaltends on purpose because mentally he wanted you to know there's nothing you. So
I had the ability, right?
So you're going to tell me a person with that type of mental strength, that much mental structure is going to hang himself after having a kid? That makes no sense to me. No sense to me. Dante has always been family first. He's always been. So you're not going to tell me. And then we get the body back. They updated the GoFundMe and reports yesterday, and he has bruises everywhere on his body.
I heard,
but his neck. You're telling me this man hung himself, but not even. He said he hung himself with his military jacket. No, he hung himself with a military jacket.
Yeah.
How do you do that? I just want to know how. And then the report changes now, where it's he was leaning against the pole with his feet on the ground. Even if Dante wanted to hang himself, there's nothing tall enough.
Yeah.
For him to hang himself from.
And they said the monkey bars, right?
It wasn't even the monkey bars. It was like this little, it was the monkey bars, but it was like where the steps are. They found him leaning against the pole. Even so, they had a person stand next to that. They were only 5'11". Their head comes to the top of the steps. Dante is 6'5". That doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
Dante's head is at the monkey bar pole. There's no way Dante hangs himself. But we're going to run with this scenario. Whitman police, you don't want to take credit for it. Cool, but it was like I was telling them, it's the wrong family. Wrong family. I'm from military Christian family. We gonna pull every string possible, and this is not going unheard to nobody. I've called out of work. I'm taking mental days. This is not gonna keep happening because y'all not gonna keep hanging black men in America and saying they're committing suicide. And you're hanging them in the same spots during the same time of the year. It's always Juneteenth. Y'all are hanging us at parks and police stations. We're not doing this. It's not gonna happen. Y'all can overturn whatever y'all want. But African proverbs come to fruition eventually.
We are not.
I'm not my ancestors.
We are not.
I don't preach violence. Listen, it's like 50 Cent said. I don't look for when they say they want no trouble. I'm like, no problem. But when they say they want a problem, I'm like, no problem.
Easy work, man. That's definitely something that has. Today wasn't the first day I've heard about it. Our condolences out to you and your family. Let us not negate because these kind of stories help us process everything in the world, from hatred to the very first thing, which they try to pin on us, because it is like we had the conversation earlier about how we as men, especially black men, don't reach out to other black men in regards to different moments because we don't find it easy to be vulnerable with each other. I do want to do this because shout out to the Maybe This Will Help podcast. My brother's a part of that, and was something that we do at the end of every show. And I know that we are winding down today, but I do want to give this number 800-854-7771. Again, that's 800-854-7771. It's a 24-hour mental health hotline number. If you do find yourself in a predicament where, and this is men, women, black, white, indifferent, whatever. If you find yourself in a predicament where you feel like you need to talk to somebody, whether it's you're dealing with someone that has gone down this road or someone that has dealt with anything in the same aspect, and you need to talk to somebody, use that number. If you don't want to call somebody else that you know, or you just need to talk to somebody, 800-854-7771. They'll direct you to, they'll help you in the moment, and they'll direct you to someone that will be able to assist you in this, man.
And even if you don't want to call that number, I tell people all the time,
call me.
You can hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. People that know me know this is what I do all the time. I'm always helping people. It's my thing to do. It's my gift. My gift is helping. Whether it's you're about to walk off that, talk to me first. Have a conversation with me first. Sometimes it's not about what you're going through. It's how you're processing things. It's really not. If you're at the bottom, there's only one way. It's back up. You have to look for the light. Look for what's around you. Just because that door is locked doesn't mean there's not a window. Doesn't mean it's not a crawl space. Doesn't mean there's not anything around. We take everything and we make it the worst case scenario because we're in a world where we desensitize everything.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Killings happen all the time. And I caught myself even doing it where it's like, oh, I'm mad because of this happened, but it's like I'm okay with death in general because we've been seeing it all the time.
Right.
You're from the bottom, you're used to, oh, this person got shot, that person got shot, but it's an outrage when this type of thing. No, it should be in general.
Yeah,
it should be in general. We should be upset about the things we should be upset about, but it doesn't mean we should be upset about everything because people will take that and go totally left field with it.
Yeah.
We need to find balance. Yes,
Absolutely.
Balance needs to be found in this world in general because our kids are being affected. The shooting that happened, 2 months ago, a month ago, I have a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
I have this is the crazy rationalization I had to go through, or the crazy idea to go through. My son lives in the hood and is less likely to get into a school shooting than to live in the suburbs where his school might get shot up. That's a crazy realization where it's like, damn, that hurts.
Yeah.
I am.
Because you want to give your kids a better life, bring them to a nice area, nice school.
I'm currently dealing with that mentally because my son is in Florida. And I mean, both of his parents are doing very well for themselves, and in the environment that he's in Florida, that's something that when it happened, it literally made me go, shit. You know what I mean? Because the purpose of him going to Florida
was for a better life.
I've been shot 9 times. Glory be to God that I'm still here. But you know, I didn't want my son to deal with that, because what happened to me and my brother was random and out of nowhere, and it didn't have anything to do with us. But I didn't want my son to have to even possibly deal with that kind of thing. So I definitely understand what you're saying in regards to that.
This world is crazy when you sit down and look instead of ignoring everything.
Facts.
And it takes every person to really be like, yo.
Well, I'll say, let's continue to not be afraid or even be ashamed to reach out to one another. Because I know for myself, sometimes I feel like I'm a burden. Like something is always wrong.
It's okay to be a burden. Be toxic in my inbox. I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
But even if it's non-toxic, it could be the littlest thing that might piss somebody off, and they may not want to say anything to anybody.
Say something. This has been an amazing show, guys.
Absolutely.
I do have a question though. I mean, because we're getting ready to get up out of here.
Yeah.
And I've been waiting to ask this question all day. So back to music really quick. Outside of the toxicness, I'm going to ask both of you, and I'll give mine when I'm done.
Okay.
When you meet somebody and the interest is there, what song, like they give you that feeling, what song makes you
Jay Holiday Suffocate?
Nope.
Damn it.
Good night, guys. Thank you for listening. Love
Have
you.
a good one. God bless.
I was looking at you like, come on.
What song gives you that feeling like you're in love?
What song gives you that feeling like?
You gotta cut the mic off.
Oh, no, you good.